Hello everyone, this is the Goddess Odyssey and I am Allison, and I am very pleased to finally start making YouTube videos for this page. It's very much overdue. I don't want to make this intro too long, just giving a little prelude before I get into today's topic. Today, I want to talk about something that should scare you, in a good way, but should scare you nonetheless. You should be scared and you should be terrified of not fulfilling your potential. Not fulfilling what you were brought on this earth to do, not fulfilling what God called you to do. And I know this sounds a bit dramatic, but I can assure you that it's not, because if you aren't taking actions that lead you closer to your potential, that don't lead you closer to your calling, you are probably not living a life that you should be living, or you're probably self-sabotaging in some way. And this is not to say that like every day you have to be serious, you can never have fun, you can never, relax or let loose. That's not what I'm saying. But I know you know what I'm trying to say. If you are constantly never doing anything to better yourself, you're constantly wasting your time, you're constantly procrastinating on the things that you want to do. You set goals and you can never stick to them. Or if you do stick to them, you only stick to them for less than a week. That's what I'm talking about. And let's forget about your potential or the calling over your life for 2 seconds. Are you capable of committing to your goals? Because if you can't stick to your goals, forget about fulfilling your potential. The unfortunate truth is that most people can't stick to the goals that they set for themselves. Studies show that only 8% of people achieve their goals. 8%. So that means if you are somebody who can literally just stick to their goals, that already puts you above the top 10% of people. The good news is that it's not very difficult to be a top tier woman or a top tier person in general, because most people can't even commit to the goals that they set for themselves. But the bad news is that most people can't commit to the goals that they set for themselves. It's unfortunate that most people lack the focus, the discipline, and just the overall drive to be able to commit to themselves, commit to their goals, and be willing to dig the gold within themselves. But at the same time, learning that fact doesn't surprise me, because as we know, we live in a society that is incredibly distracted. Being able to focus in this society is a luxury because we have so many things these days constantly vying for our attention. Focus and discipline are not easy things. I will be the first to admit that it takes effort. You have to constantly renew your mind and constantly renew yourself every day to be able to sustain that path. But it's important to know that every day, what you do or don't do, you are either making the choice that, yes, I want to be better today, I want to be who I'm meant to be today, or I don't. It's as simple as that, honestly. And it doesn't have to be a tedious or a difficult thing. The idea of being better, the idea of doing things to invest in yourself and to make yourself better because you're worth it, that should excite you. It should be fun for you. It doesn't have to be a tedious thing. I mean, yes, it requires repetition, and yes, it sometimes can be difficult, like I said, with all the distractions in your way, but overall, it should be a pleasant experience. And the best way to sustain yourself through the distractions, through the times where you may not feel like it, and through it all, is to have a why and to remember that why. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. The reason why this video is about what it's about is because my why stems from a fear of not fulfilling my potential. The idea of not being the best I can be, the idea of not achieving greatness, and the idea of being wasted potential, the thought of any of this makes me sick. And it makes me sit up straight, because I believe in my heart that I just was not designed and put on this earth to not do what I was called here to do. I believe that if I don't show up every day and be my best every day and come closer to being who I'm meant to be on this earth every day, I feel like I am doing myself a disservice, I'm doing the world a disservice, and I'm doing God a disservice. And another reason why you should do what God designed you to do is because of the fact that you are not the only person that He has on standby. If you decide to drop the ball on what He called you to do, He'll get somebody else to do it. And I don't know about you, but I am not trying to be replaced. So that is also important to remember when it comes to, again, you fulfilling your potential, committing to your goals, committing to yourself, all of that good stuff. It's not just all about you. So If you haven't been showing up how you should be showing up, if you haven't been taking the actions that you know you need to be taking, it's okay. Don't dwell on the past, but do better today. Because the idea of being wasted potential, the idea of being mediocre, and the idea of not showing up the way you should have showed up, the idea of all of that should make you uncomfortable. And I hope you are uncomfortable, because discomfort helps you move. And that discomfort lets you know that you are here to be doing more than what you are already doing. You're here to be a top-tier woman. Don't waste what you've been given. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you for staying with me. Thank you for watching. If you liked my video, do me the pleasure of liking, subscribing, and commenting. And I will see you in my next video. Adios.